I guess I mean, you're welcome.
Here's your hosts of the MonsterCast, the Straight Edge Monster Jack and Ryan.
CM Punk says no thank you to Impact Wrestling. And apparently they offered him a contract. He was backstage at Bound for Glory, which we talked about on the show last week. We talked about Bound for Glory and the review and them going back to TNA and stuff like that. But apparently they did offer to bring his services in, and he said no thank you. There is also rumors still that he'll show up in Chicago at Survivor Series, and now there's this groundswell, and I don't think anyone's really taking it seriously, but everybody's like, what if the devil was CM Punk the entire time in the AEW storyline? Which would be like the biggest swerve in wrestling history, I think, or up there, definitely in the top 3.
There's somebody else that got mentioned that I thought was interesting too, and I don't even remember who the fuck it was. Damn.
My issue with the Punk thing is I don't know who the 4th person would be. It would obviously be Punk and FTR beating up Jay White. But who would that 4th person be? There was actually 3 people beating him up, and then you go off to the side, and that's when the devil guy was.
One of them was clearly fucking Roderick Strong. He had the goddamn neck brace on underneath the mask.
I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying. The shit is great. And the best thing about this storyline is they can change it however the fuck they want at any time, and you can't ever say shit about it. It's like the Black Scorpion that we were talking about last week.
If they try to say it's Luchasaurus, and I look back at that footage and he's fucking
yeah, that's true. But we said the same shit about Retribution too, but that didn't last very long. There was clearly not those guys in Retribution either. Well, fucking T-Bar and Mace, fucking huge ass motherfuckers were not back there beating the shit out of people. That was regular dudes.
I think it came out later who was who under the masks, but I don't remember any of them now.
All right, so but the question here is CM Punk politely turns down Impact's offer, and he goes backstage for Bound for Glory. If you're CM Punk and you're hell bent on wrestling again, where do you go at this point? Because if you go to WWE, you're looked at as the biggest hypocrite of all time, even by your own fans. You're turning down Impact. You're definitely not going to go to NWA. I don't give a fuck what Billy Corgan says nice things about you online. That's not happening. You literally said in your tweet to Punk that, yeah, we can't pay you what you're worth, but if you want to have some fun. No, that's not what. He doesn't care about the money, but you're not going to get him for free. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's...
Come do that hot dog and a handshake, son.
Yeah, hot dog and a handshake. Exactly.
Come pay your dues on the indies.
So if you're hell-bent and we don't think his body can hold up in New Japan, nor that he would want to go over there for an extended period of time, what do you do if you're Punk?
Retire gracefully as you can. I'm not sure that... Has he said like, I want to keep wrestling even if nobody takes me? I haven't heard that.
I mean, that's the vibe I've been getting from all the stories that are coming out, but no one's actually said it outright now.
Yeah.
And now that Heels, the show that he was on, was canceled because of all the shit going on. Yeah. That doesn't help either.
It's gonna be real bored. His wife's gonna kick him out. It's like, you gotta go find a fucking hobby.
3 days ago, I believe, was his birthday as well. Fellow Scorpio, that doesn't shock me at all.
Whatever the fuck that means. I don't pay attention.
I'm a Scorpio as well. I'm just saying.
Okay. I know that, but I don't
My
know.
birthday is on Halloween for the audience out there that do not know.
Wow. What is that supposed to mean? Are they typically
We're assholes. We're asshole people.
Insufferable pieces of shit at their job?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes. I am the most insufferable person on this show. Don't care. I'm definitely the most insufferable person at my job. Don't care.
Healthy.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't care. I'm worried about me and my Bulldogs, and I don't give a fuck about really anybody else. I don't like people. I'm like a Lesnar and a Punk that way. I don't like people. Just that kind of shit. I'm very nice to people online on X in the wrestling community, I think, for the most part, unless they say something really fucking stupid like Raj. But other than that, I'm really fucking nice to people. I help out animals whenever I can. This donation thing that we're doing right now to the Humane Society, it will be my 3rd or 4th donation to the Humane Society since I've started streaming stuff, whether it be on Twitch or now YouTube. So, I mean, I feel like I'm a nice dude. It's just, I just don't care.
And you think this is because you were born in October?
No, I think that's all bullshit. But it's just a nice coincidence, is all I'll say.
Okay. I was just making sure. I didn't know if we were going to talk
No,
about
I don't know
crystals
shit
next,
about that
or-
kind of stuff. No,
Okay.
I know very loose amount of things about signs and shit. I don't really care about that. I don't care about that either. How about that? So you like legit would be like, even if he's feeling the itch or whatever to get back, like maybe not even do like a couple indie, like the bigger indie ones or anything, just to show up or something, like not
I mean,
extended
I could
stays.
see him show up in like Defy or Revolver or something. That wouldn't be that weird, I guess. But like,
As an actual gig for long term, you don't see him ever. I mean, unless WWE brings him in, you don't see him ever doing that again.
here's my thing too. Yeah, I don't know. I obviously AEW's not gonna take him back at this point. It'd be too fucking weird. Like too much going on. It's just the amount of accommodations and promises and whatever that would have to be made is just not worth it.
Well,
So
they
I don't
already
ever
gave all
see
his
him go
money
back
to.
there,
They already gave all his money to Adam Copeland anyway, so it's too late.
which is a good investment so far. So whatever.
And possibly Beth Phoenix as well.
Oh, or is there talk of her supposed to be?
I
coming in?
mean, I don't know. They literally asked him in that first scrum that he had after he debuted, and he said he'd be down as long as she was down. And
Is she
I
not
know
on
she
some
loves
kind of
pro wrestling.
Legends thing or something? That's kind of
That's a great question. I don't know about all that.
huh.
Oh, that was my
Okay.
immediate thought when Flair came out, but we'll talk about that in a minute.
I think he is like 99% sure he is. I don't know how the fuck they did that. It might have just been a hey, this is for Sting. Can you not be a dick this one time kind of call? So who knows? But yeah, I'm pretty sure he actually is on the Legends deal. Okay, so here's my thing. If he's backstage at Impact and he's like gassing everybody up and everybody likes him so much or whatever, it does kind of look bad that they're like, oh, do you want to like come do some work here? And he's like, you know, I'm a little bit too good for Impact, but I'll come back here and tell everybody what a good job they're doing and be nice.
Yeah,
But
see,
I
that's the
don't wanna
thing. He was
work here.
polite
That
about
seems
it, but
weird.
it was also the reason that I'm bringing up the question is because yes, he was polite about it. That's goes without saying because that's what the headline was or whatever, and everybody had to make sure that we all knew that. But he was also
Everybody,
backstage
yeah.
there. But he's also been to wrestling events and has no problem supporting people that he knows or likes or whatever. Like he did the same thing with Mercedes at Battle in the Valley, right? So like
Right.
we know he has no problem traveling to these places, or especially if they're in Chicago, he'll definitely go. The issue is that the first place to ask you is the biggest place outside of
The places that you're not allowed.
the ones that you're not at. Yeah, that you've either got fired at or walked out of. So
Yeah.
you automatically turn down your third option, which would seemingly be your first option in the eyes of a lot of your fans.
Mhm.
So that's why I'm like, well, where do you go from now? If you're not going to Impact, you're definitely not going to NWA, which is below that. You can't go to Ring of Honor because they're owned by AEW now, and MLW is definitely probably closer to NWA than it is Impact. So
Yeah.
unless you went to NJPW Strong, because we don't think he's going to go to Japan, I don't really see an avenue for him on a company that people actually go out of their way to watch on a regular basis or that has an actual TV deal.